Planet Earth keeps surprising us on a daily basis. There are countless places discovered on this small part of the solar system that are just impossible to explain. Some of these seem to be straight out of a science fiction film or a fantasy novel, but rest assured all these astonishing places we're about to show you are found right here in this world. Before we begin our journey across the most inspiring places in the world, take a moment to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're the first to get notified about our new releases. Snake Village. It's a well-known fact that India is a country where snakes are considered as revered creatures due to their ancient origin. Every year on the Nag Panchami festival, thousands of devout people in Indian villages worship and feed the snakes to receive divine blessings. However, about 200 kilometers from Pune, Maharashtra in the Sholapur district is located a village named Shetpal. Here, cobra snakes have a permanent abode in each and every house. Snakes are worshipped daily in every heart and home in this village. Shetpal is a village where snakes have no restriction in their movement, and none of the 2,600 plus villagers ever harm them in any way. In fact, cobras are welcomed in every house as a member of the family. Neither the cobras nor the residents live in fear of each other. The people of Shetpal have gone a step ahead in their liking for the venomous co-residents by building a temple in their home. If you're wondering whether there have been any incidents of snake bites in this village, the answer is no. So far, no incident of snakebite has been reported in this village. Apparently, any outsider will find it hard to cope with coexisting with the cobras in Shetpal, but if you really wish to befriend them, all you would need is some milk, eggs, and lots of goodwill. Feitian Mountain National Park. This park is situated in Shenzhou in the Yunnan province of China and is probably the scariest of the sites on this list. This park is dominated by Xi-type Danxia landforms and hosts an immense amount of adventure-loving tourists each year. There are many different kinds of geological relics to explore here, like the Cretaceous Fault Basin, Carboniferous karst caves, and hot springs. There are unique stone fields, stalagmites, and stalactites. These come in all kinds of shapes like mountains, water, forest, caves, and Buddhas. This incredible landscape is as culturally enriched as it is naturally enriched. It's a great natural reserve with an ample variety of flora and rock formations. However, exploring it requires long and tedious times of walking, so you better take abundant amounts of water with you if you decide to visit. Giant ground cells. As the highest mountain in Africa, Kilimanjaro itself is pretty outstanding. But as a freestanding mountain whose climate zones become progressively less like the ground-level landscape the further you ascend, Kilimanjaro is especially remarkable as an incubator for isolated, mutated or rare species found almost nowhere else. One of the most striking of those species is the giant ground cell. Something like a cross between a burned-up cactus and a pineapple, these alien-looking plants can only be found on Kilimanjaro and only above 14,000 feet. In order to carve out an existence in such a forbidding environment, that high up the mountains, temperatures regularly dip below freezing overnight, the plants have evolved water storage in the pith of the stem, nyctinastic leaf movement, which means the leaves close when the temperature drops too far, a natural antifreeze, and self-insulation through withered and dead foliage. Adaptation is really the name of the game for giant ground cells, both on Kili and on other East African mountains. None of the species are exactly the same, but it's guessed that they all evolved from a common groundsel around 1 million years ago. Common groundsels, like the one pictured above, range from 4 to 16 inches tall. Giant ground cells, on the other hand, regularly grow over 10 feet tall, sometimes even 20 feet or more. The Wave, Arizona. This unearthly site has been referred to as nature's masterpiece because no human can ever be capable of carving such a wonder that winds the way the waters have done over how many years. The Wave is a small section of the Coyote Buttes North Special Management Area in the Paria Canyon, but if you visit this place, for a moment at least, you'll be so taken aback by it that the possibility of it being from some other planet will cross your mind at least once. This incredibly unique sandstone formation lies in the state of Arizona, close to its northern border shared with Utah. The site is quite famous amongst hikers and photographers who tend to visit in the hopes of adventure and some out-of-this-world photos. It's every landscape photographer's dream to take a few pictures of the Wave and the second or middle wave, which lies slightly above and west of the main one, and are slightly different colours. Although there are 4 trails one can access this place through, the authorities have held back from paving actual paths or providing any signage to aid the travellers in order not to disturb the natural integrity of this place. The shortest hike is around 8.3 miles, and that's quite a lot if you ask us, especially with no proper paved way to follow. Xinyan Dongsha. This destination is China like you've never seen it before. Xinyan is home to temples hanging from the cliffsides, rock sculptures and hidden caves to explore. These temples will take a bit of hiking to get to, but you'll be welcomed with passageways through caves that take you to beautifully decorated Buddhist rooms. How insane is that? However, the real magic lies with the masterpieces of Mother Nature. The area is home to many unique geological formations, as well as the otherworldly Rainbow Mountains, which truly bring you to another planet. The surreal coloration comes from red sandstone and natural mineral deposits that are formed over the course of a believed 24 million years. Each stripe constitutes a different mineral, and over the ages they've formed layer upon layer, resulting in a rainbow pattern. Erosion from wind and rain has further polished the surfaces of the mountains. China is the only place in the world with this type of mineral formation, and a few of the landforms have become UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Watermelon Avenue. Australia is home to many salt lakes, but some tend to stand out more than others. One of these extraordinary water bodies is the infamous Lake McDonnell, also known as the Pink Lake or the Watermelon Avenue because of the astonishingly pink hues of its water. It was once a salt mine but is now one of the greatest gypsum mines in the world, also titled Watermelon Boulevard by enthusiasts, and that's where Lake McDonnell can be found. It's a strikingly pinkish-white waterscape that has a distinctive long dirt road separating it from the adjacent blue and green lakes of the area. The town closest to this lake is called Penang. This lake has been a centre of attention for travel enthusiasts, especially since its beautiful pictures hit Instagram and have become the top tourist attraction in southern Australia. Reaching the lake is, however, no easy task, because you have to drive a good 15 kilometres along a dirt road from Penang to reach there. Now, to the most important question, why is the lake pink? While some relate the peculiar colour to the salt mines close by, the most dependable theory says that for some reason the algae content of this lake's water has increased over time as it feeds off the salt present in the water. This means that the more salt in this water, the greater is the growth of algae that induces the trademark pink colour. Another point to note is that because the lake isn't filled with water year-round, it's not pink year-round either, so it's better to visit during springtime when the weather isn't excruciatingly hot and the water hasn't all evaporated. Fish Mall. You'd be surprised to know that there's a mall which fish can enjoy. In 1997, the New World Mall, located in Bangkok, Thailand, was closed for violating building regulations. Subsequently, in 1999, a huge fire engulfed the mall and destroyed its roofs. Resultantly, it let the rainwater accumulate in the lower floors of the building, which made it a gigantic breeding ground for mosquitoes. It immensely threatened health of local inhabitants who felt real concern and pleaded to take remedial measures. Instead of building a new roof, they put tilapia fish in the building's water pool to eat the dangerous mosquitoes. The fish population grew very rapidly and added to the curiosity of the residents of the area as well as tourists. Sounds really good. Huacachina, Peru. This town, called Huacachina, is centered around the small lagoon that's hydrated by a natural spring and framed by leafy green palms, also called the Laguna Huacachina. Picturesque and massive dunes surround this town and attract adventure enthusiasts with activities like sandboarding and dune buggy rides. Since the main bread and butter of the town's residents depends solely on tourism, this lagoon homes a fair amount of hotels, spas, travel agencies and restaurants. It's a popular stop-off for travellers who are on a single-day trip to places like Paracas and Nazca. The waters of this oasis are known for having healing powers and therefore attract both domestic and international tourists on a regular basis. This desert-surrounded oasis of Peru used to be the prime vacation spot of the country's elite, but now hosts young adults who come here to party and indulge in thrilling, adventurous activities. Another great reason to visit Huacachina is its year-round pleasant weather, so no need for planning and no time constraints. You can go whenever and have all the fun you want. Chand Baori. Chand Baori Stepwell in Abaneri village is one of the oldest and most popular attractions in Rajasthan. It was built by King Chunda of the Nikumba dynasty in 9th century AD. One of the largest stepwells in the world, Chand Baori was built to conserve water and provide a respite from the intense heat. It was a community gathering place for locals as well as royals. Chand Baori is an architectural wonder with 3,500 perfectly symmetrical narrow steps. It's this exquisite geometry that draws local and international visitors to it every year. But Chand Baori is not easy to find, making it one of India's hidden wonders. The play of light and shadow on the steps is what makes the structure so captivating. The boundary narrows as one gets closer to the bottom. A double flight of steps on 3 sides takes one to the surface of the water below. The 4th side is a 3-storied pavilion with intricately carved jarrocas, or windows, galleries and balconies meant for the royal family to sit in. Stone Forest of Xinyan. China is huge and hence is home to a variety of unique natural objects and anomalies. One of these weird existences is the Xinyan Stone Forest located in Kunming. It's believed to be around 270 million years old and is spread across a whopping 186-mile area. These unbelievable rock formations look like an assembly of stalagmite-like pillars that are huge. According to geologists, this forest was formed by seismic activity, water and wind erosion over millions of years. The most popular in this forest is the Ashima stone that's believed to have been formed as a tribute to a beautiful girl named Santi. Legend says she was turned into stone when she ran into the forest after she was forbidden from marrying the love of her life. Before moving to number 1 on this list, take a look at this amazing photo that baffled the internet. The image shows an entire city lifted off the ground just to make sure the building underneath stands tall. Whoever has created this image must have amazing Photoshop skills and tons of patience. We're already thinking of packing our bags and getting on the next plane that could take us to any of these destinations. What's your plan? Which one of these will you guys be visiting first? Do tell us in the comments, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. See you all next time with another smashing list of something incredible.